On July 28, 2006, Mel Gibson found himself at the center of a major scandal. That night, he was driving through the streets of Malibu when he began speeding, which caught the attention of a police patrol. The actor was pulled over, and as the Los Angeles County Sheriff approached, he noticed an open container of alcohol in the car. In his desperation, Gibson confessed to the officer that his life was falling apart, that he was in trouble, and that his wife Robin was about to leave him. However, these statements did not prevent his arrest. When denied permission to return home, the actor lost his temper. He asked the officer if he was Jewish and claimed that Jews were responsible for all the wars in the world. News of Gibson's arrest and outburst was published by TMZ, sparking a unanimous wave of outrage. The actor, who found himself in a very unfavorable position, was forced to seek a way to make amends. In an attempt to control the damage, he issued an apology through his publicist. He later agreed to be interviewed on Good Morning America. During the interview, he expressed shame for his comments and apologized. He admitted that his words were offensive and blamed his behavior on alcohol consumption. However, this remorse was not enough to quell public indignation. Gibson had to face justice and was sentenced to 3 years of probation. Meanwhile, Hollywood punished him by blacklisting him. As a result, he was excluded from the most ambitious projects of major film studios. His once brilliant career was overshadowed by his own actions. Despite the scandal that still lingered, the film Apocalypto, written and directed by Mel Gibson, was released in December 2006. With a budget of $40 million, few expected the film to recoup its investment. However, the controversy surrounding the director generated significant interest, and the movie managed to gross $120 million. Despite this financial success, Gibson didn't see it as enough and decided to step away from directing for several years. On a personal level, he also faced difficulties. Robin, his wife, who had always been his support, decided to separate from him the day after his arrest. The divorce process proved to be long and costly, adding more stress to Gibson's already tumultuous life. In 2009, he began a relationship with Oksana Grigorieva, a Russian pianist. They had a daughter together and appeared to be living a happy life. But in 2010, the relationship took a dramatic turn. Grigorieva filed for divorce and accused Gibson of domestic violence. Shortly after, compromising audio recordings were leaked to the press. In these recordings, Gibson could be heard yelling at his wife, saying he wished someone would bash her head in. This incident added another stain to his already tarnished reputation. Once again, Gibson found himself at the center of controversy, but he still had some friends. Robert Downey Jr., who valued Gibson's support during his own struggle with addiction, asked the Hollywood community to forgive him, just as they had forgiven Downey. Despite his controversial past, Gibson managed to revive his career when he returned to directing in 2016 with Hacksaw Ridge. Before its release, the press speculated on how the film would be received by the public, as the wounds caused by the actor's comments had yet to heal, and some still labeled him a fascist. However, the movie was well received and garnered significant acclaim. It earned 6 Oscar nominations, including one for Gibson as Best Director. In Hollywood, it was considered that the actor had been forgiven. However, his work as an actor continued to be linked to mid- and low-budget productions. Gibson revealed that since 2006, he had left behind his excesses and was now sober. Even the courts praised him for complying with his probation. On a personal note, since 2014, Gibson has been in a relationship with screenwriter Rosalind Ross, with whom he had his 9th child. Mel Gibson, who began his career in Australia and reached the pinnacle of Hollywood, was responsible for his own success. But at the same time, he was unable to control his darker side and paid a high price for it. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to watch this one where I talk about the reason Kevin Costner's marriage fell apart. Click on the video that's appearing on the screen.